From a faraway planet comes the call of having the power. And now we have a very interesting situation with two miniature-based games based on He-Man and the Master of the Universe. One was exclusive to Europe. One was exclusive to the rest of the world by Cmon. What I wanted to do was try to take a look at both of these and see who did the better sculpts and who did the better miniatures. This is going to be a little hard because I'm doing this off of screen captures and from prototypes, but I think we're going to get a good idea of the difference of the two games and which one really has the better miniatures, because that's the thing I'm focusing on. So sit back, relax, and this will be a bit of a long one, but I think we can enjoy it. So now let's look at the Snake Man sets. Now, again, I'm only going to be looking at comparing what we get in these two Kickstarters. I shouldn't say Kickstarters because the other one's a Game Pound. But, I'm only comparing what we get. I'm not going to compare figures that we don't get in each set. And I don't mean to be... I'm not going to be super comprehensive, but at the same time, I'm going to cover as much ground as I can. Now, with the Cmon version, we actually get two versions of King Hiss. We get, of course, his humanoid form, and we get his infamous, I always called it the Hydra form because there's so many snakes roaming around. But, both look good, both fit the part. I believe Cmon is calling it the Serpentine King Hiss, which fits. It's a good description. I do like it. It's pretty decent. I like both of them. I like that we get two versions because I think of one of those characters that deserves two versions. It's King Hiss. Now we pop over here with our friends over at Archon Studios. It looks like we just get the humanoid version, which is good. One of the things that really disappointed me about the figure as a kid was, the lack of movability on King Hiss was amazing, and he just didn't move at all. So, he's just basically pointing his staff, and then, a snake's coming off of it. It's kind of basic. Again, it's passable. It's not terrible, but, kind of missing the Serpentine Hiss out of that. And so next we'll jump over to Lady Slither, who, talk about looking like a D&D Yontai. That's it right there. That's so close to a D&D Yontai. Like the Cmon one, it's a good rendition of that character. I didn't love that character or anything, but it's a good rendition of that character. You jump over here to the Archon Studio one. Equally good, I gotta say. They both have their merits. They are different poses. Then again, what all can you do with a lower snake person body? There's not a lot. So for this one, I would say an even tie. They're both good, but there's nothing spectacular about either one. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So next I'm going to touch on Cobra Khan. Cobra Khan, that was probably the only Snake Man figure I had as a kid. He had that kind of silly now spritzer spray head you could put a little bit of water in. It was kind of a funny figure. I liked it though. It was just weird enough. It was a weird... There's a weird fun part of Masters of the Universe that had those gimmicks, but they were just good enough to get by. And the King Hiss is a lot like the action figure. Again, it's like, even has the same gun. I like Cobra Khan. You know, he was the one Snake Man I ever really kind of liked. So again, another one I can't wait to paint up. Now, I don't know what happened here in the Archon Studios one, but I mean, he's got that head, which I think he could do that in the cartoon. I can't remember very clearly now, that he could like do a cobra head and have mist come out or something like that. And I don't know. I just I don't like the head sculpt as much, though. That's my problem. I don't like the head sculpt. So yeah, I'm gonna have to lean on Cmon for this one. It's I just think it's better. So then we have Rattler. Rattler was another one of the Snake Men, of course. I really like this sculpt. Again, looks enough of the action figure that you remember it, but it's still separate enough to be really cool. He has enough of his own identity, and I like that. I like that about him. It's just nice. I really enjoy it. So yeah, that's a really good one. Going in the European one, there's a lot of snakes going on here. I mean, it's I'm not even really sure what's happening with this. Is Rattler eating a snake? Is a snake trying to constrict him? It's just, I'm not even sure what's happening. I'll just be blunt. I mean, this would be a good Snake Man sculpt for a Snake Man miniature, for like D&D or something. I don't like it for Rattler because, again, it's just I'm a little confused by all this. You know, that's my whole point. Again, going with Cmon on this one. Next up, we have Squeeze, or as I like to call him, Squeeze. He was a funny character. I did kind of like him in some ways. As a Snake Man, overall, kind of felt like too much of a good thing. There was just too much going on. Squeeze, I thought, was still kind of funny though, and I did like him. The Cmon one, he has that, you know, all the over-exaggerated arms, which is great. You know what's going on there instantly. It's cool. It's a really cool sculpt. The Archon Studio one is decent. It has a lot of flexibility going on in the arms. I don't hate this sculpt, but I do prefer the Cmon one. It's just I think that one's just a lot better. That's just my thought. I just think it's a lot better of a sculpt. And then, of course, we have Tongue Lasher. Tongue Lasher. Yeah, okay. I was a teenage boy at that time, so there was a lot of jokes there, and he's one of those that you kind of laugh at now, but he made it into the miniatures game, so he's okay. I like the sculpt from Cmon. He ended up being a stretch goal for the Archon Studios ones. Decent sculpt. He's one of those leaping sculpts. I'm not sure what's going on with the leaping in this game, but you know, it's not that bad. I think it was a little, you know, there was a little bit worse in some of the other places in the game. With this one, I'm gonna have to go for a dead tie. I think both are pretty good, and both work for what they are.